I recently uploaded a response video to a rebuttal video that somebody else did on my shunning video. But I have since taken it down because of the sensitivity it brought to sexual abuse survivors. In that video, I encourage people who have past hurts to work through them and find healing and find peace instead of being stuck in the rut of just having to deal with the hurts, right, their whole life. And what it came across as was, it happened, deal with it, get over it, and move on, right? Stop pulling that victim card. That was not my intention. So my intention was to encourage people to seek healing, to find a way out of that pain of whatever happened to them in their past. You know, there's a lot of people who have been hurt, and it's a process to work through the healing and the forgiveness that needs to happen to set you free, right? There's a lot of us Amish people who leave the community, and we hold a bitterness towards the church, towards, you know, maybe people, whatever it is, and justifiably so. You know, a lot of hurt happens. We lose families, whatever, you know, but hanging on to that bitterness and hanging on to that hate and that bitterness towards them does nobody any good, right? It doesn't hurt them, it just hurts yourself. So in that video, I was attempting to encourage people to work through that hurt, through that pain, through that past, to find healing, because it is possible, you know. And I shared a little bit of my how it worked for me. You know, I didn't have bitterness towards the Amish church when I left, but it was more directed towards a person, and the pain was there. It was real. But after years of dealing with it, you know, I finally just kept taking it to Christ. So I kept going to Christ with it, you know, like, hey, this is, you know, every time that pain would overwhelm me, I would sit there on the edge of my bed, on the couch or whatever, and just pray like he was sitting right next to me, and ask him to take it, you know, tell him how much it hurts and how much I don't want to deal with it anymore. And it would go away for the moment, right? And then I'd get tired later in the day and it would come back. Or, you know, I'd have a bad day or whatever, and that pain would come back, and I would have to do it again over and over and over for a while. But eventually now it's gone. You know, Jesus has healed, has taken that from me. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen with you, but he is the ultimate healer, right? He can do all things. I want to make it clear here, though, that I'm not trying to undermine anybody else's experience. This was my experience. It's not yours. You know, everybody's situation is different and probably worse than mine. But it's up to us to move forward, right? It's up to us to seek help, to find a way out, right? Because if we get stuck with that pain and that bitterness our whole lives, it's just not a fun life. I encourage you to find healing, find help, work at it. It's not going to happen in a week. Most likely it'll take a lifetime. It will always be there, but it can be better. I've known people who've dealt with horrible sex abuse that have found healing, and all those things. You know, Jesus is the way, guys. I encourage you to seek him out, and he can do miraculous things in your life. You know, and I believe that he also sent counselors, psychologists. I think he also gifted them with that, with the knowledge and the understanding to help others, right? So I benefited greatly from a Christian counselor. I encourage you to find somebody. You know, psychologists I think, are great. They have, they have the good schooling, right? They have the license. They know how the human mind works. The only problem is a lot of them aren't Christian, so they don't have the God side of it, the powerful. You know, that's like that the truth of Jesus Christ and God and the Bible, that's and salvation. That's it's huge. That's a big chunk of healing. That's big. So the psychologists have the smarts of how a brain works, but they are missing the whole God side of it. And then when you flip over to Christian counselor, they have the God side of it, but maybe they don't have the schooling. They don't fully understand how the mind works. It's, you know, if you do seek help outside, professional help, you know, just shop around. I saw two people. One was a man. He didn't help much at all. I don't think he cared that much. The second was a lady, and she was wonderful. She helped me tremendously just by, you know, helping me understand who I am. So shop around, because some are good, some are bad, and that's just how it is. Help yourself out, guys. Don't allow yourself to sit in that rut. You know, there's women that were sexually abused as kids, and they never talk about it to anybody, and they live with that for the rest of their lives. You know, I know it's. I understand it's hard to deal with. I can't imagine. I haven't experienced it myself. I can't imagine the horror of it. But there is a way out. If you still like what I'm doing, go ahead, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends, and remember, hurts can be healed. So I'll be praying for you guys. Keep us in your prayers. We appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and we'll see you next time.